Top Hack Stab Slash. It's your boy Hacky. I'm sitting here with my morning cup of Joe and this guy Justin, who
Let's
just drinks
go.
black coffee and all about ashwagandha and vitamin C. Uh, Apparently snowstorms make him go a little crazy because Dunkin' Donuts messed up his order.
I got all the sugar in me right now. For a person who goes completely sugar free, I am loaded up on sugar. I am amped up. I am excited. I am excited. There's a snowstorm coming, and we're covering a movie called Dead Snow. Did you pick it or I picked it? Who picked it? You pick it?
You don't even know who picked it. You picked it.
I picked it. Did I?
You picked it. Yes, I gave you criteria. I said find me a cold movie because it's fucking cold out.
That's right. He did. And I said, you know what? We're doing Dead Snow because I looked it up a little bit and they said it looks kind of ridiculous. And I did actually watch a little bit of a trailer, and there was like looks like Nazi zombies running in the snow, and that's all. I turned it off right there. I didn't watch anymore. I said, I am sold. Let's go.
Why do I feel like your sugar high right now is like the exact adult representation of Talladega Nights when the little kids at the table? I'm all jacked up on Mountain Dew, Grandpa.
Dude, I can't even blink right now. Like, holy
Yeah,
crap.
that's why Justin's wearing sunglasses because if he takes
my
them off, he's
my
like,
eyes are just bugging out. I yeah, I am excited. I dialed in. Sean, have you seen this movie before?
I felt like I seen it, but I think this is well before when like I actually started giving movies a chance that were in a foreign language because I was so hyped up to see this. And this is right around the time like I started to become infatuated with Nazi zombies on all of the Call of Duty maps that I started watching this and I was like, wait, this isn't in English. There's no English dub over, and then I just shut it off.
Yeah, look, Hackstab Slash. Look at this growth as just a podcast and its people. We watch foreign films now like it's nothing. Like for me to sit and watch a movie and watch subtitles, I never in my whole I refuse to do that. This is like the second movie in like a month I've picked that's been in another language. I did Iranian horror last month. Now we're doing Norwegian horror. Like, let's go. Look at this growth, man.
Look at this growth. I'm gonna make Justin watch a silent film for his next one.
All right, well let's not get carried away.
Let's pump our brakes.
Let's pump our brakes a little bit.
Dead Snow, this movie, the synopsis says that it's about 8 medical students going on a ski trip to Norway that discover Hitler's horror still lives on when they come face to face with zombie Nazi soldiers. That in itself is enough to like make me want to watch this movie. Hackstab
It's
slash, so I want to put an emphasis. It says this is a ski trip to Norway. Keep that in mind, okay?
mhm.
Because we are 10 seconds into this movie and we instantly get a jump scare. And I know Justin has probably got a little stiffy in his pants because we even get some POV from like the opening shots of this movie.
Mhm.
Every time I see POV, Justin, I think of you. Like
That's a weird
POV
sentence.
from the killer, let's go.
Yeah, I mean, I like a
I
good
tried to
POV
reel
killer
it back
song.
in and make it a little more normal, but
Thank you. I appreciate
I
that.
don't think you saying you enjoy POV will never not be normal.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
And then I'm sorry, but this hike to the cabin after the opening scene, I'm all fucking set. Like I am so good. How come the one guy gets a snowmobile and everyone else has to walk what 15 miles in
Dude,
15 feet of snow up 15 fucking hills?
I could not even believe that. One guy's cruising along. Oh yeah, we got to go to this cabin. Like you see them get out. Like they drive the cars, they park the cars. You're like, oh, they're there. No, they're not there. One guy has to take that, and the other all just have to hike. But then again, I kind of like snow hiking, so I don't know. But
Yeah,
anyway,
but they
sorry.
also start talking about like how they have no communication with the outside world outside of Friday the 13th, Evil Dead 1 and 2.
Let's
Whenever you go to
go.
a cabin with no way to call for help, that's just asking for trouble. Like I said, you can't even move that fast in a foot of snow. And my next note, Justin, I'll send you a screenshot if you want, says not even Justin. He likes to hike for fun. These
Yeah,
fucking psychopaths decide to go walk in knee-high snow
yeah. No,
all the
that's
way to a cabin. And the other dude's just out there fucking around on a snowmobile.
you know how tired you'd be by the time you got there. My God.
I definitely wouldn't want to play Twister and go snow tubing afterwards.
Right? These guys are gonna be sleeping like babies.
I'd be so pissed, dude. They got no phones. There's no hot tub, nothing of that nature. You don't even have a fridge. They have a fucking hole in the ground. I mean, for fuck's sake, you got to go shit outside and hope your ass doesn't get frozen to a toilet. What are you gonna do in the middle of the night when you're like stripped down to your boxers? You know, you're nice and comfy under the blankets, and you're like, I definitely shouldn't have had that quesarito.
For real. Imagine having to go outside that. Oh,
Uh. And then
quesarito.
yeah, we got a humongous red flag, and I know you saw this, Justin.
What do we
They're
got?
literally in the middle of nowhere, and
Hmm.
this dude sneaks up on the cabin and asks for a cup of coffee, and you let him in.
I threw all the red flags. I actually on my note, I wrote, "Holy red flag." This mystery guy just shows up and he's like, "Yeah, hey, can I have a coffee?" And this this comes in and it's just not, yeah, where'd he
Is
come
that is
from?
that what you did at Dunks? You just showed up and you were like, "Give me coffee."
Give me coffee, and they gave me the wrong coffee, and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna make a positive out of this and still drink and still love it, and then now I'm so good and I love sugar. Sorry.
Did you tell them your coffee sucks and take a beer instead? Because that's what this dude does. And if their hospitality wasn't enough, uh, I would think this dude needs to explain himself and why he's there. And he's walking around in the middle of the night, in the middle of nowhere. There's no
Dude,
street lights. There's no
nothing.
roads. There's nothing.
Like you said, it's like a foot of snow everywhere. What are you doing?
So we proceed to learn that this guy traveled to their cabin to tell them the tale of the colonel and all of his men, roughly about 300 Nazi soldiers, who were run off into these mountains by the locals where they all froze to death. And now there's an evil, and they must tread lightly. And then he immediately gets mocked by that dude, Roy. I did laugh a
Mhm.
little, though, when the old man kind of yokes him up and scares him half to death on his way out the door.
Oh yeah.
I was like, you don't do that. This man had the balls to walk to your cabin. We've seen that movie, dude. It's called Never Hike Alone.
Right.
Like you do not
I
do that.
I do kind of love the lore though, because it sets it up. At this point, I'm actually like freaked out. He's telling how this, like you said, 300 troops and there's like 3,000 locals, and they would basically rob these locals. They would kill them, and eventually all the locals just kind of like chase all these out, killed some, chased them all out into the mountains. And he basically tells them like, "Hey, there is still an evil presence out here, and it does not need to wake."
What
And then
happens during springtime? Do these guys hibernate
I know, right? Like what
or
the.
like come out of hibernation?
And then it actually gets creepy because, like you said, the dude just like leaves, jump scares him. But then we see one of the guys he awakes. It's Sarah's boyfriend. And remember, Sarah's the one who's still not here, and we can assume she's the one we see in the opening scene. And he's like, Sarah, Sarah, and you see Sarah, and she kind of like goes outside, and he goes outside too, and he sees her. She's like all bloody, like a crazy like deadite zombie or something. And luckily, cue the music. It was all a dream. So,
I used
Mr.
to read Hitler magazines.
Yeah, so thank God that was and then we see the mystery man. Mystery man. We see the mystery man out in a tent. This dude is just out in a tent
You can
and
say he was pitching a tent.
he
I
was
know you
pitching
want
his
to.
tent way out there and he hears something. He's out there, he's yelling, I'm armed, and holy shit, you see his throat get slashed by something fast. This reminded me of like 30 Days a Night. I don't even know what happened. You just see this thing getting slashed. He goes into his tent and holy crap, he is just brutally killed, just gutted, destroyed. Not
Do you know
good.
what that whole scene reminds me of? Not
What?
not like the throat cut scene because that was fast as fuck, boy.
Yes.
Um, the ominous shot where like the camera's back and you see the tent and you see him in the tent getting killed, but you don't actually see the kill.
Yep.
The tent kill in Oddity.
Oh, that 10 kill was
That was
insane.
brutal.
That 10 kill, oh my God, that was scary as shit. I was watching that. I was like, oh. And now we see Sarah's boyfriend. His name is Vigard. I think I'm
Vigard.
saying that right. Vigard. But he is headed back to the car. He's like, look, I'm going to look for Sarah. Something's not right. He knows something is just not right. He ends up even finding the dead hiker guy with his intestines pulled out. Not good at all. Back at the cabin, though, they're having a great old time. They find a box with like gold and coins and
Can you throw a red
valuables.
flag right now? I know they've seen Leprechaun. That
Right?
franchise is everywhere.
Dude,
The
anywhere
dude
you
been to
find
space. Ain't no way. He ain't never been to Norway.
all the red flags. If you find a box of all the stuff, and then especially like you see like the coins, they read the year out, 1942. Does anyone remember what happened in those 40s? Like, hello, like the guy just talked about the Nazi stuff. Like, clearly this is friggin' stuff that
Dude,
the
they're
Nazis
like
stole.
dancing in it and like
Yeah.
showering themselves in coins like it's a Lost Lonely Boys fucking skit.
The guy just told you all this backstory, and you find stuff from 1942. Like, hello. And we see Vigard, he ends up falling into like a giant snow pit of like caves or something. And we see now back to the cabin. One of the guys goes outside and he ends up dropping a gold coin. Not good. One of the girls goes outside and she it's a little time to get their freak on. They get there. It's a very
She was just making sure that he wiped properly.
exactly not the funnest place to go out and do it. I don't know why you'd
Dude,
go outside
who would fuck in an outhouse?
in
That's
an out
gross.
in an outhouse is absolutely disgusting, especially when it's like 10 degrees. Like what is even happening right there?
I
That's
will say though, I'm very glad she got laid though, because this is going to be a very shitty way to die.
shitty.
Pun
Oh,
intended.
well played. And then yeah, we got zombies attack. Man, she gets attacked. In the cabin. Luckily, they do kind of hear her screams. I'd say luckily, but they don't find anything. The two guys they do go out with a shotgun. They
Thankfully,
look.
though, she does get killed because what do you think would be worse, Justin?
What do you got?
Like the embarrassment of showing up covered in everyone else's fecal deposits or death
Yeah,
by zombie?
you probably just need to get killed there. Like you don't
Yeah, I
want to go
think
back.
I'd just quit. I'm just all right. You guys can have me.
Just
I might taste a little rotten, but
yeah, you can't go back and covered in shit like that. That's just absolutely ridiculous. And when they're out there though, they do not find anything, but they do find a backpack in the snow, and they realize it was Sarah's. No, so holy shit, clearly something happened. Now they're getting attacked in the cabin, and it almost looks like by Deadeye. I kind of like the designs. It kind of reminded me of like something from Evil Dead, and it is just an army of zombies. And holy kill, one of the guys' names, I think his name is like Erland.
Erland, yes.
Yeah, I struggle with these names, but Erland, oh my dear God, dude, they're boarding this up, kind of like clearly playing homage to Night of the Living Dead, and they're boarding up the cabin, and this dude is facing, and he gets his head, they
Oh,
grab
dude,
his
just
head,
absolutely
and they
destroyed.
gouge his eyeball, and they pull his head in half, like absolutely ripped open.
This is
Abs-
actually rule number 7 in horror movies is you
yeah,
don't have sex in horror movies because you either get dragged through the shit like Chris did
yep.
or you get a splitting headache like Erland.
Absolutely insane. And you see
Disgusting.
this
Ugh.
got so gross. And it is plan time now. They say it's like it's daytime now. It's the next day. And they're gonna lure them out so the other two can run. And we see this kind of like
Red
not lure.
flag.
Yeah.
Red flag. You
Red
throw that
flag.
shit out there too. The only one who makes any sense is Liv
Yep.
because they're sitting there, dude, and they're trying to devise a plan. And their first thing they decide to do is what? Hey, let's split up. Let's have two people be a diversion while the other two sneak into the woods and hide behind the trees.
It was the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my whole life.
Like, no, thank you. The first rule in horror, dude, is you stick together like a goddamn conjoined twin. You do not split up. So bad.
All
And
the
then,
red
yeah,
flags.
all the red flags. And then we see Vanguard is wandering in these caves that he's fallen into, only to find. I did kind of giggle at the scene. It's like a slow shot. It's like helmet, 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 dead girlfriend's head. What?
Yeah. Double take, huh? What?
And then he barely gets the upper hand when he starts fighting this zombie because this thing like throws an uppercut and sends him like 40 feet out of the cave. And
Dude,
I
that punch,
actually
that was
really
funny.
like this fight because while they're fighting, instead of the zombie biting him, he bites the zombie.
Dude, amazing fight. Like
I'm not sure how that works though,
I
because I know if a zombie bites you, you become a zombie, right?
yeah.
What happens if you bite the zombie? Do they
I
just
don't know.
become human?
I Dude, I loved it so much. Like you said, that punch was absolutely hilarious. It shot him out. And then the fact that this dude is but he just takes matters in his own hand and bites him first. Love it.
He's got some sick ass knife throwing skills too, and he takes out that zombie.
Yep.
And then we see the girls scramble like eggs, and we get Hannah doing her best American History X stomping on a zombie
Oh,
impression. And then it jumps right back to Vanguard, and he's hanging on by Nazi intestines off the edge of a cliff.
amazing.
And then, like Liv on her way out, she gets uppercutted and knocked out, and then just gives up her intestines as breakfast sausages. And thank God these sausages come with some hot sauce and a goddamn boomstick because she pulls a grenade from the 40s that's been buried in snow for the last, what, 70 years? And
Hmm.
it still works. And she kabooms those dudes to bits and pieces. Nothing like some fucking Nazi kibble and bits.
For real.
And then also, apparently, Justin, I didn't know if you do this, but fucking zombies can climb trees.
Right? I know it now.
Yeah, because fucking Hannah Banana is up there just monkeying around and killing birds and shit. And that pissed me off because there was no need to kill that bird because they found you. You should have looked
Right?
down before you decided to kill the bird that you now killed three unborn birds because mother is no longer around to keep them warm in this cold winter.
Chain reaction.
Also, I got one question for you.
What do you got?
So now that like this Nazi zombie that's chasing her is like running through the snow, bro, he's got on a pristine white winter jacket. Does that come with the Nazi attire? I mean, I'm just
Yeah.
asking for a friend.
Where did he get that?
How did he kill someone in this by not shedding like a drop of blood and was like, oh, this looks nice.
He's like, I'll be keeping that.
Yeah, you guys can all get wet and cold. I'll stay nice and warm.
He's like, fit check.
Fit check. It's a good way to blend in. I mean, I get it.
For real.
We go back at
Surprise.
the cabin now, and I thought homie was actually fixing himself a drink.
Same. Just drinking.
And then I was like, maybe he should have been because he can't throw for shit as he's
Terrible.
making a Molotov cocktail. And he's got a gigantic open window in front of him, and he hits the cabin.
Such a bad throw.
He hits the cabin, and now that it's burning down, bro, now that it is burning down, now you call for help?
They're like, now is a good
The
time.
fuck is wrong with you, man? Now you think it's a good time to call for help? Even if you know they ain't gonna believe you about these Nazi zombies, call and make some shit up.
Mhm.
Tell them there's a deranged lunatic trying to kill you and your friends at the cabin. You're in the mountains, no one's around. That's believable.
Yep.
Send a helicopter, send the SWAT team, send everyone. Idiots, man. Idiots.
Not smart.
No, not at all. And then poor Hannah gets caught in an avalanche right after that. Like Mattis can't get any worse. I mean, good for her though for making it out because I don't know what would be worse: drowning, burning, or being buried. I
Ugh.
I don't know if I'd want any one of those.
No.
No, but she's a professional head stomper though, and she takes this zombie out with the white jacket. I hope he's credited as that zombie with the white jacket.
Zombie with a white jacket in there.
Because I think he's the only one in this entire 300 platoon that has a white jacket.
Love it.
Everyone else is wearing clearly like, you know,
Yeah,
worn
normal.
clothes from back then, and it's
Yep.
falling apart, and they're covered in blood and guts and yuckiness. This dude just looks like he left an Abercrombie and Fitch snowboard commercial. Absolute stupidity. I do love when the zombie montage happens and we see the two bros just laying waste to every single like zombie, but they're in like a single file line.
I love it so much.
And then that
It,
teams up with dude Vigard turning his snowmobile into tracks. Like he uses the tracks as a kill machine. I thought that
there's
was great.
so much good kills here. I can't even handle this whole scene. The montage of all these deaths are amazing.
How does no one see after this entire montage? How does no one see five zombies come up on Vigard and then stab him in unison like they're a fucking synchronized swimming team? How do you not see that?
That hurt.
And then right after that, dude, fucking Roy and Martin, they're all that's left now because what else happens? Hannah's dumbass walks up and touches Martin without saying a word and catches a goddamn axe to the neck. Oh, I guess I forgot to mention when she does this like an idiot, it's in the middle of Martin rage killing a zombie. You don't do
Dude,
that.
no, you like what this whole scene is it's so amazing the scene, but then I'm like, I don't even know who's gonna live anymore. Like this movie's killing everyone. I could not believe I was like a big fan of Vigard. This dude got killed after all that. Never mind, she gets killed. Like, yeah, don't touch someone when they're rage killing it. Use your words. You have words. Let's talk. Let's say it. Hey, like for love of God.
They do power through this though, and we see it's time for one more battle. Martin ends up getting bit at the end of this battle, and he immediately remembers like Ingrid or Erland or whatever that guy's name was. I don't remember.
Yeah,
He was in
I
this
think it
movie
was
for, like
Erland.
Erland. He remembers him saying like, "Whatever you do, don't get bit. You'll turn." So this dude ashes himself and cuts off his fucking arm,
Dude.
and then immediately cauterizes it to stop the bleeding. I'm like, all right, cool. Only to get his dick bit off. Justin, you picked a movie with another dick scene.
I can't even believe it. I got so pissed off. I literally wrote, "Are you kidding me? How many movies have I picked that this has happened?" Like I didn't even know this was a thing in horror. Now this has got to be like our fifth movie where we've seen a scene like this. Like this is getting ridiculous. But also the timing, like you said, this poor dude just did the most badass stuff, and I'm like, "Let's go!" And then that happens.
He gets his dick bit off. At this point, dude, I'm calling it quits because not
Uh,
only did you just cut off your jerk off hand, but learning lefty isn't going to be like hard enough. I feel so bad for him, but now
that's
you just
wild to
got
say.
super circumcised by a zombie
Dear
who
God,
was
that's
just
wild.
hungry for some wiener schnitzel.
My God, there's so much red flags with all those sentences.
Right after this, though, this next scene I thought was my favorite scene in this movie. It looks like they've won the battle and they only have the boss fight left. And this
Yes.
leader of the platoon literally raises his hands, leans his head back. I can't say it, but in English, it translates to him screaming, "Arise." And this felt like the boss level on a Call of Duty Nazi Zombies map. I fucking loved it. And Justin, I want you to take us home right now.
Dude, for real. I was like, oh my God, this is awesome. We got two against one. Like they got this, and then he yells, "Arise!" And I'm like, oh shit. We're talking there has to be another 100. All of these zombies just run up. And it is so I actually laughed out loud because you see Martin and Roy are like all pumped and ready to kill him. And then after they arise, it just cuts to them running in the snow, like going so slow because, like you said, it's
I'm
knee-deep
not moving
snow.
that fast with no dick.
Yeah, so you can't move. I know. Props to him for even moving like that. I actually laughed out loud because they were just, it's so funny. And then Roy is ended up caught and Roy is killed. And then I seriously wrote, who the hell is going to survive? I never would have picked Martin to be the only person to survive this right now because now poor Roy is done. We see Martin run back to where the cabin is. Everything's burnt down. And he shows them the box of gold and the coins and all that shit. And you see all the Nazis, zombies, they stop. So like clearly, like they're after that. That's and let's go. He gets stopped being chased. We see Roy gets back to the car. He starts the car. Let's go. We're gonna have at least a happy ending for Roy. He's gonna go get himself some help in the hospital. Nope, it's not what happens at all because the asshole leader of the zombies is at the window, and you just hear him be like "fuck," and like you see like he punches through the window, hits him in the face. The end. Dead Snow is over. Wow, that was a wild ride. Sean, take what do you got any thoughts?
This
Rating?
movie is definitely a movie. I don't know why this bugs me so much, but the synopsis was there's 8 medical students who go skiing in the mountains. At least that's, like I said, what the synopsis said. I don't see a single ski in this entire fucking movie.
There was no skiing. This was
No, there
no.
was zero. There wasn't. They didn't even carry skis to the cabin.
Yeah, there's no skiing.
I also don't know if zombies are the right terminology. Maybe just undead soldiers. I've never seen zombies who choose to throw fists before biting you. I'm just saying.
All right.
But the gore in this movie was great. The acting was good. The setting was good. The storyline felt like it was there, but it wasn't. It didn't really do it for me. Um, I'm gonna give this a flat 5. This is not a bad winter watch, but I'm not over the moon to like rewatch this again. If I was gonna give this movie an analogy, I feel like this would be like biting into a cheeseburger, only to realize they forgot to put the cheese on it.
What the?
But I definitely will check out the sequel. So that
Yeah.
that there was enough in this movie to make me want to watch the sequel.
Hell yeah. All right. So I wrote, damn, this movie was fun. The gore was absolutely ridiculous. The soundtrack, I didn't understand a word they said, but
It was good though. It was
it was
good.
really good. I wrote that. I'm like, there was like Norway, Norwegian like metal or something going on. Loved it. It was a super fun ride. I love the snow horror. And honestly, I thought this was gonna be worse. I thought this was gonna be really, really dumb. But the setup I thought was really fun. It's I mean, it's not the greatest movie ever, but I think it's a fun snow ride addition to, like you said, the zombies. Not, it's just so over the top. I really liked it. I'm definitely higher than Sean on this. Like, I didn't give it a 7. I gave it a 6.7, 6.7.
Oh, you
Um,
would.
I feel, but yeah,
Oh,
like I,
six, seven.
oh dear God! All right, I changed that right away. Never mind. Hold on. I don't even. 6.8. We're moving it up a point right now because I don't even want that. We give this a 6. I give this a 6.8. Fun watch. I actually, yeah, I would watch the sequel too. And I guess we're gonna go jump right into some fun facts. I got a, so I don't know what this means, but the tagline is Ein, Zwei, Die. So
I just find die.
it sounds like a Rammstein song, but
Yes.
that's, I imagine it's
I wonder
something
what that
died,
translates to.
right? I know. I hope it didn't say anything bad. I imagine it's something something die, but
It's
I'm
probably like fucking the outhouse and die.
right. So that's what we got for a tagline.
Just to clarify my rating, hack stab slash, the reason why I gave it a flat 5 is because I truly don't know how I feel about it. You know what I mean? I feel like it's better than what I rated it, but I also feel like it could be worse. So that's why I went just flat 5.
Yeah, I guess I expect in my mind. I mean, I give it a 6.8. I expected it to be like a 5 or 4 or 5, but I had more fun with it than I expect. Like, I don't know. It was a fun watch.
Maybe
Like,
that's why.
am I
Like you
excited to?
expected less and I expected more.
Yeah, because when I saw the trailer, I'm like, oh, this is gonna be so stupid. So I mean, I was expected to not even get hooked into watching it, and I did get hooked into. Is it like a super fun movie I really want to watch again? No, but I do think this was a fun watch, and I am very glad I watched it. And like I said, I expected nothing. So the fact that I even had that much fun with it, and the intestine scene when like I've never like when he's holding
Oh,
him
it
from the
was so
rope
good.
and like the bite, there was like enough cool stuff in here that I thought was pretty cool.
It's also a 6.3 on IMDb.
All right. So I got the OG title before they switched up to Dead Snow. They were going to call it Red Snow.
Oh yeah. According to the date on one of the characters' tombstones shown in the sequel, this film takes place in April of 2013.
All right. And then speaking of the sequel, we mentioned it, but in 2014, this movie did have a sequel called Dead Snow 2, Red vs. Dead.
I'd actually really like to see that. Um, this film's main trailer shows black and white World War II archive footage, including battleships, parachuting, and a command room featuring Adolf Hitler. But none of this material is seen in the actual movie. Uh, I need people to take note on that. Can we start getting trailers of footage that has nothing to do with the movie, please? You know what
You
I mean?
want that? You want that to happen?
Yes. I mean, I want it to be the same. Like, let's take Halloween Kills for instance. We
Okay.
we basically seen that entire movie in the fucking trailers, right?
Oh, I know. Okay. Yeah.
How about we get the movie and then instead of like, oh, deleted scenes or whatever, you have scenes specifically made that coerce with that movie only for the trailer, and those trailer scenes never actually take place in the movie. Like
Okay.
it's shit that happens around the movie. Like if you see someone dead in the movie with no kill behind it, that kill goes into the movie trailer.
No, I know what you're saying. Just because before we get right back to my last fun fact is we just saw Companion and we went. I didn't watch the trailer, but I've watched the trailer since I've seen it. And going in blind was so much fun. I had no clue what was going on. Then I watched the trailer and they basically just show you the whole entire plot. You see the big twist in it, and I'm just like, oh man, like I bet you it still would work. It's because it was such a good movie, but it would be way more fun. Like why even give all that away?
Yeah, don't give anything away. Like you could have given us in the companion trailer, you could have given us more of like Eli's love story. You
Yeah,
know what I mean? You could have given us more of the dude who owned the lake house, like a little more
yeah.
of him. You know what I mean? The friendship, like shit like shit that doesn't actually take place in the movie, but like pertains to the movie.
Yeah, they show her being a robot and stuff. They show her power down. They show her like they show the whole
Yeah,
thing. But
don't do that.
going back to this, my last one I got is it was all filmed in Norway with a budget of $2 million, and it in the box office it made $2.2 million.
So at least it grossed it a
So at
good.
least yeah, so at least it grossed.
All right. When I have a goof up, when one of the zombies is climbing the tree, you can clearly see that his hand is actually skin colored and not greenish like it's supposed to be, where all the zombies are colored greenish. So you can see like his actual human skin.
Okay, all right,
So I thought that
okay,
was pretty cool.
very cool.
But that is it, hack stab slash. Until the next episode where Justin will give me some criteria.
I
Um,
will give you criteria, but before that, I believe we're gonna. Have I given you criteria yet?
you have not.
I have not, but before that, I imagine we're going to be doing a Grizzly Bear horror to press that out before that movie gets released, and we will be watching Grizzly Night, and then I will be giving you your
Yes.
criteria. So,
Fun fact, Hack Stab Slash. Me and Justin are actually going to get together and watch this movie together while packing a full tin of Grizzly and trying not to die.
there we go, and we'll be going camping watching this out in where it happened. No, that's not going to happen at all. Anyway,
All right,
anyway,
Hack Stab Slash.
all
I'm out
right,
of here.
all
Later.
right, peace.